Alright, so what's up, everybody? It's Flock. So, I'm pretty conflicted here for the past, probably about the past, I'd say a good 30 hours, 32 hours. I think I've probably invested most of that time into doing some research on the Floyd case, watching the video. I watched the video in slow motion a few times, turned the sound up with headphones, kind of trying to link things together, and now I'm completely past this whole Floyd thing. I hate to say it, but where's the body? Can we see the body? Obviously the man was hurt and stuff and everything like that, but how do we know 100% for sure that he's dead? And besides just that, besides the Floyd thing, it was a tragedy that happened. I'm starting to I don't know, when I went to the protest, so I went to the protest, kind of felt good to be out there, with everybody else and yelling Black Lives Matter and fuck the police. But then deep inside myself, though, come on, puppy, stop trying to attack me. Deep inside myself, though, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, man, this is so systematic. This is exactly what someone wants. Then I started, I went home. I felt like fucking shit, dude. I feel like I'm lost. I don't know what I'm really writing for now. I know it's to stop, dude. Come on, man. Stop, baby. You just are so fucking. You don't stop. That's why I gotta smack you, you little butthead. He just does not stop. That dog is so persistent. He'll come back in 5 minutes and start doing it again. But just doing all this research right now. Looking into the agent provocateurs was one of the major keys for me. And then I started looking into Antifa and looking into George Soros. And then I read the Antifa manual just to go over it because I read it a long time ago when I was in prison and shit. So I went over it, and everything in that fucking manual is what's happening. This is completely systematic. And I'm even to the point right now where I'm taking a break right now, but I'm researching Antifa camps, known locations of Antifa training camps, and then looking up bus routes from the camps to the major cities where these riots are taking place at night. Because there's been an influx of transit from the city, from the buses, from Greyhounds and stuff. And I believe that a lot of these agent provocateurs are trained Antifa soldiers who are now using this opportunity to take over, to instill a new world order, to smash the state. The thing is, too, is I get it. Everyone wants to smash the state, anarchy, but who's going to rebuild it? You? You think you're going to rebuild it by yourself? You think you're even going to have a say in anything that gets rebuilt? You're completely fucking delusional if you do. I'm not going to participate in the protests anymore because I refuse to be a pawn for an unknown agenda that, when I look deeper into, I do not agree with whatsoever. It's sad Floyd died, if he did now, because yes, I'm even questioning that aspect of it. The video is terrible. It was 9 minutes of the dude being choked out, but how do we know 100% for sure right now, at this moment, that he is dead, until there is actual eyewitness family members that go to the funeral saying, yes, this is him being put into the ground? If they cremate the body, my theory just is, I'm not going to believe he's dead. I'm sorry, I can't. I know it's very disrespectful, I guess you could say, but I've got to be open to every aspect of this right now, because all the research, everything I've done, 30 hours straight. It's like I'm doing a school project, And I'm a pretty fast reader and a pretty intelligent guy, and I'm looking at it all. Some of it, little pieces are here, like a piece is here, a piece is here, a piece is here, and then it's this doesn't make sense, but wait a minute, it goes here. That fits. So all this shit is really, really starting to come together, and for all the people out there right now rioting and protesting, it's exactly what somebody wants. We don't know who. Could be George Soros, could be fucking Antifa, Don't know for sure. It's all about speculation and conclusion. I mean, logic though really comes into play with all this. You've got to approach this pretty logically. And no matter what, for conspiracy theories, I mean, conspiracy can't really have much logic to it. That's what makes it a conspiracy. But using the word logic in the way that I am, the most logical conclusion I have come to is that this is exactly what they want. They are bringing soldiers from Antifa camps all over the country to instill riots in the major cities, New York, L.A., just San Francisco. It hasn't happened here yet, which we've been really good. I don't know what it is about New Mexico right now. I think we're just so small and so well organized. I guess you could say everybody knows each other because it's all one fucking street that everybody parties at on the weekends. Everything's so close together. I really think that that's one reason why we've been so calm. But no lie, I'm sitting up at the top of UNM today at the top of the parking garage, watched two snipers get on top of the library, looking down over the protesters. And the protesters have no fucking clue that that's what's going on. That we didn't. It's not like what other people have though. We don't have a fucking what's called line, a shield wall line with the police. They're not throwing riot gas. We haven't had anything like that. Just literally tagging everywhere, saying fuck the police, fuck 12, all that kind of stuff. At first, I'm participating. I'm like, fucking yelling FTP and saying justice for Floyd, stuff like that in my car while I'm driving up and down Central. And I don't know what it was. Something hit me, man. I got so sick to my stomach. I was smoking a blunt right on Central in second. And I'm on Central and something, dude, I'm telling you, it's like a wave rushed over me. And I got all pale and I did. I threw up. I threw up a little bit. Got out the car. I felt like I was sick, like I had got food poisoning or something. And something just clicked on me. So I went straight home. I went all the way around the back, took the freeway. I went home as quick as possible. When I was out there too and I was feeling sick, all I could think about was, man, I just want to forget about all this right now because what's going on in my head is driving me crazy. This doesn't seem right. I just want to go home to my puppy, get home to my little pups so I can have that unconditional love, for my dog and shit and be comfortable in my house. Well, I'm not comfortable in my house right now. I feel like I've been used and lied to and cheated by the system, but I also feel like I now see clearly exactly what's going on. I mean, not exactly. I can't see the far end outcome of all this because once the state's destroyed, who's going to rebuild it? How are they going to rebuild it? It just and all the pawns, all the people, the rioters, the people in their anger, you're all soldiers for a group you know nothing about and for an agenda that you know nothing about either. And it makes me feel sorry for you guys right now. I mean, imagine right now if everybody were to just all of a sudden, magically in their brain, they said, wait a minute, this is what they want. Let's all go home. Let's just all go home and stop. And if you want to protest, make a video like this, poor Floyd, I mean, I watched the video multiple times. I cried when I watched it because of how much that dude was in pain and it wasn't so much the pain, it was the anger in me at the cop, at Chauvin. I would have tried to do something. I think I would have. I think my intelligence wouldn't have I wouldn't have handled it like the other kid did. You're saying like, yeah, in a jujitsu, you blocking out his air. Yes, you pressing his carotid artery. Scientifically, yes, we see all that. The kid wasn't educated enough communicating with the cop. He just kept repeating the same thing. You a bum. You a bum. He didn't try hard enough to save that man's life. When I would have said all kinds of other things. I seriously would have. I would have tried to get as close as I can. I would have kept my hands behind my back and crawled an inch forward as much as I could to George and said, "Hey, stay with me. Look me in the eyes, please. Look me in the eyes. Breathe. Take a deep breath. breathe, I would have done that. That would have been my approach to the situation. I wouldn't have stood there calling the cop a bum over and over and over again, not being able to explain exactly what I'm seeing, you know? That kid couldn't explain a thing to the guy. It was so, I hate to say it, but the kid was ignorant and uneducated. He didn't know what to do in the situation. And then they start trying to put the cop down by saying, yeah, you know, it's a white thing. You know, whites love to do this or something like that. You know, what do you think that's gonna do? You think that's gonna help? That's not going to help in that situation. That's just going to make him even angrier and reinforce the racism inside of him. It just frustrates me. I mean, no lie. As you can tell, I am passionate about this, man. It's affecting me a lot. It's definitely changed my outlook on everything. I mean, life as we know it has ended. It is not going to go back to 9 to 5, party on the weekends. That's not life anymore. It's just not going to happen. Honestly, I'm not a messiah or anything. I can't see into the future. I don't know what to expect of all this. I really don't. I mean, in the long run, I do see, like, the controlling more. Instead of social security numbers, you are going to get chipped. Those kind of things are going to start happening because they're going to say, look what happened when we gave them all their freedom, and look how they abused it, and they're going to take our freedom away. Which, I mean, is shit. If you ain't got nothing to hide, then why are you afraid of a new world order? Why are you afraid of them monitoring what you do? Why are you afraid of them watching? I mean, screw it. If that's what needs to be done to make the country work again, and to get rid of, you know, the drug cartels, the sex traffickers, stuff like that, is to make it so that you have to be chipped and programmed to work for the job that you work at, and they know exactly how much you make, where you're at all times. I mean, so be it. If that has to be done, I'm starting to think people have too much fucking freedom as it is, man. It's not that they have too much freedom, it's that they're not educated enough to use their freedom. They know what it is, they know what the Constitution is, but they're not educated in how to use it. And it's very true. We're taught what it is, but we're not taught how to use it. You know, lawyers are and stuff like that. They understand it. But as a group, as a large group, as a collective, as a country, we don't know. And it's killing us. We're literally going to tear ourselves apart. Like I said, you know, when I was a kid too, I was all for anarchy, you know what I mean? And that's what all these kids, they're all kids. I went out to the protest today. Do you know, I probably saw maybe 10, 15 older people actually participating with signs and stuff. Yeah, probably about 10 to 15. The rest of them just flooded the streets, all a bunch of teenagers and kids. All a bunch of, you know, just, I mean, you can imagine it. But shit, when I was 19, I was all for smash the state, dude. I didn't give a fuck. I didn't care. I thought it was going to live forever, too. You know what I mean? You're a kid. You think you're going to live forever. That's what this is right now, man. It's fucking scary, you guys. It really is. I don't know what the fuck to think about it. It makes me want to move. I want to move. I'm not proud. I can't say now I'm proud to be an American. I'm not. It's not. Remember back in the days, the good old sandlot days, when kids would go outside and play baseball and ride their bikes, you know what I'm saying? And we had all the muscle cars, and people would go out to the movies, the drive-ins, all that kind of stuff. The classic America, the industrial America. It's not there anymore. It's not real. It's a glass screen that we all wish was there still. It'll never be like that again. You know, I was kind of born right at the end of those times. You know, 83, kind of, you know, 80s, 90s baby, coming, you know, right out of my dad's generation is what I'm talking about when, you know, things were peaceful and they actually kind of worked. They worked. But there weren't as many fucking people in the world. Not nearly. I mean, God, in the past 20 years, it's... I do agree. I agree that there's too many people in the world. Fucking kill off 9/10 of the population, save the fucking oceans, save the planet, save the ecosystem, and then reorganize into a peaceful society and, yes, watch each other. Don't just let some guy go do whatever the fuck he wants. Monitor each other, you know? And that's to say, though, that the government monitors you. We should be able to monitor the government back, too, but that'll never happen. I mean, they look how long it's been going on. The system's the way it is, the reason the system is the way it is because of how long. I mean, I guess that's nonsense. I don't know what I was saying right there. I really don't. I lost my train of thought, kind of. I'm fucking tired, man. I'm sad. I feel like I've been beaten up and shit inside. You know what I mean? Like all my hope, all my, wanting to